Greetings, everybody. How are you? I hope you can hear me now. If not, please let me know so I can fix it, try to fix it again. But I tried it once and it seems to be working. So please let me know if you can hear me or not. Also, let me know where you come from when you send in your question. Darren Williams, now we can hear you, your mouse. Thank you. Kenneth, good evening, Ajahn from Switzerland. I can hear you now. Okay. Maybe something wrong with the setting. Saudi, Ricky, Rossi, Sam, greetings, Ajahn from Canada. Ricky Campbell, Vandami Pante. If you have any question, please send them in and I'll answer them for you. I'll be here for about 1 hour. Hui Dechanuvatana, I can hear you now. Thank you. Sati, we hear you perfectly, Ajahn. Thank you. Tavisa FK, we can hear you, Ka. Thank you. Jarirat S. Seder, I can hear you from Norway now. Thank you. So if you have any question, please send them in. How is everybody? Are you practicing the Dhamma? It's very important. If you want any result, you have to practice. Just reading will not get you the result. Reading is just preparing you for the practice. Read so that you can know the proper way, the right way of practice. Once you have read and found out what you have to practice, then you have to start doing it. With meditation, you need to develop mindfulness. Train yourself with mindfulness by using a mantra, Bhutto Bhutto, or by focusing on your body movement. Before you practice meditation, before you meditate, you have to train yourself in mindfulness first. Okay, let me answer the first question from Darren Williams. Ajahn, if I am unable to meditate longer than 30 minutes in any form of sitting, but I want to sit longer, should I break up the session after minutes and walk around, circulate the blood, and get back to meditation? If you want to continue on sitting, then if you think you can force yourself to do so, you need to do something like reciting a sutta, the 32 parts, or reciting Bhutto to regenerate your mindfulness so that you will be able to sit comfortably without having the pain to bother you. But somehow if you cannot do this, then you can get up and do walking meditation instead. Use mindfulness when you walk meditation, like reciting Bhutto Bhutto or reciting a mantra. Reciting the sutta, or you can just keep watching your step. Watch your foot, left foot, right foot as you step. This will generate mindfulness for you. And when you feel that you have enough mindfulness, then you can come back and sit to meditate again. But if you can walk for a long time with mindfulness, that will be good. Try to walk as long as possible until you feel tired and cannot walk anymore. Then you can come back and sit. This way your mind will not be restless, and you'll find that you can focus on your breath. If you cannot yet focus on your breath, continue on with the mantra or reciting the sutta. Question from Narayanan S. India. I have doubt in Satipatthana practice when I observe the body, feeling, mental thought and Dhamma. Whenever I see the impermanence of thought, that thought is rising and ceasing. There will be another thought that will come and go down. Reflecting on this, another thought will come up again, and so on. What is the escape from thought and how to deal with thought? When you practice mindfulness, you don't pay attention to your thought. You pay attention to your meditation object. Especially the mantra is very useful here. Like before you sit to meditate, you should train yourself with mindfulness. Keep focusing on your mantra, on the body movement. And don't worry about the thought, the feelings. They will come and go, they will rise and cease, because this is their nature. Our nature is not to force them. Our nature is to develop mindfulness in which we can then concentrate and then eventually stop the thoughts and feelings from arising. When the mind enters into samadhi, enter into jhana. So don't contemplate, don't reflect, just reciting the mantra Bhutto Bhutto, or watching your body movement if you're not sitting. And when you sit, just continue on with your mantra. If you use the mantra, you can switch to watch your breath, your breathing in and out at the tip of your nose. Just ignore the thought, they will come and go. Your mindfulness is not strong enough to stop them. But as you continue on developing mindfulness, focus on your breathing, on your breath, reciting the mantra, eventually the mind will become still and the thoughts will disappear. From Beat River, I can hear you, Ajahn, here in Switzerland. Thank you. Yes, please let me know where you come from also. Teddy Augustine can hear the sound now. Thank you. Jinilin Pur, I can hear you now, Mahajan. Thank you. From Malaysia, Singapore. Question from Bichu, Singapore. Question number 1. Due to aging, I have upper back problem, which cause difficulties in breathing on my left nose and affect my meditation. I also have to spend a lot of time for treatment and exercise. How to deal with this issue? If you cannot focus on your breath, then just use the mantra instead. Keep reciting Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto. This will concentrate your mind and stop your mind from thinking and give you equanimity and happiness in samadhi. From Darren Williams, walking meditation unfortunately doesn't get you into a jhana. No, it doesn't, but you need to do it to get mindfulness first. Because without mindfulness, when you sit, your mind will not be able to enter into jhana anyway, because your mindfulness is not strong enough yet. So you have to keep walking meditation and develop more mindfulness. So you need to walk a lot. Many people, many practitioners walk for me. Hi, I'm back again. Sorry for the interruption. I'm not sure what's wrong. Somehow the video was just terminated by itself automatically. Maybe because of the connection or something. This is the way it is. We live in the world of anicca, so we just have to expect that this thing happens, and we just have to try to live with it and do the best we can with it. So I'm back now. Please let me know if you can still hear me or not. Something is wrong with Facebook today. It's not doing what it's supposed to be doing properly. Okay, welcome back again. Sorry, I don't know how long will this broadcast will last, because somehow Facebook just suddenly terminated without letting me know ahead of time. So this is the way it is, I guess. Yeah. It's free, so at least we cannot complain. We just have to make do with whatever we have. This is Dhamma practice called Santosa. Just be thankful for what you get and appreciate what you have. Okay, question from Darren Williams. Your teacher Ajahn Mahabua said that wisdom develops samadhi, but he was already engrossed in jhana samadhi in most of his meditations before his breakthrough into wisdom. What does this mean here? It means that you can use wisdom sometime to calm your mind, not into jhana, but to calm your mind from being restless and agitated. When you try to meditate and you keep thinking about something that bothers you, like your work or some person, then you can use wisdom to investigate, to see why are you anxious or worried about this work or person, by looking at the person or work as being anicca, impermanent, that eventually this person or this work will terminate, and there's nothing you can do about it. It is anatta. So whatever is going to happen to this work or this person, just let it be. Once you see the truth of anicca, dukkha, anatta, then you can wrestle your mind from this work or this person and return back to normalcy and continue on with your meditation practice of watching your breath or reciting the mantra Bhutto Bhutto. This is what he means by using wisdom to develop samadhi. From Derek Monted. Hello, watching from Scotland. Hi, thank you for letting me know where you come from. If you have any question, please send them in. Roy K. Bundy, my greetings to you, Ajahn. Greetings to you too. Question number 2 from B. Choose from Singapore. Life is full of challenges and most of them are dukkha, especially if the body is sick. How can we stop rebirth as quickly as possible? You just have to practice meditation, both the samatha and vipassana meditation, in order to get rid of the cause of your rebirth, which is your cravings, the 3 cravings of craving for sensual pleasure, craving for being, and craving for not being. With the practice of mindfulness, samadhi and panya, then you will be able to get rid of your cravings and then subsequently your rebirth. Good morning, Ajahn Esther from Malaysia. Thank you, Esther. How are you? Kenneth Hunt, Tanajan, you recently talked about dealing with dukkha in real time when it arises. Could Ajahn please elaborate? Thank you. Yes, if you somehow suddenly got bad news, for instance, if you are asked to terminate your job, then you will have dukkha right away, right, in real time. When you get the bad news that you are told that you're going to have to stop working at the end of this month, then you will have dukkha. This is in real time. Then if you have wisdom, you can then use wisdom to stop this dukkha by accepting the truth of anicca and anatta of the work that you do. Your work will one day terminate anyway, sooner or later. Anatta, you cannot prevent it from happening. So if you know this and you prepare your mind to accept this truth, then you will have no dukkha, because you will have no desire or craving to cling to this work. You just let go of this work. If it's the time for you to go, then let it be. If it's the time for you to quit this job, okay, quit. Then you will have no dukkha. Say, this is dukkha in real time. Whenever you feel anxious, stressful, that's this dukkha in real time. And you can use either mindfulness to stop it by reciting a mantra. If you cannot use wisdom to let go of your attachment to the object of your dukkha. From Chu Chin, good morning and my respect to Tanajan from Malaysia. Thank you. Nabiti, Namaskaran Ajahn from Medan, Indonesia. Thank you. Suchart, you, lots of metta and love from India. May all beings be happy. Thank you. Darren Williams, Ajahn, do you read your teacher's words in Thai or English? In Thai, because I'm the one who translates his words into English. But yes, reading in Thai, usually, or listening to his Dhamma talk in Thai, because he doesn't speak English. Is it a good idea to learn Thai if I want to understand the words of Thai Ajahn better? It will take you a long time. Because learning a language is not easy, especially all the nuances of the language. So I think it's better you stick to your own language, because what you have to understand is not so much really. All you have to understand is how to develop mindfulness, samadhi, and wisdom. And it doesn't need much to understand. It takes a practice to really appreciate the truth of the Dhamma. So you don't need to learn the language really. I wouldn't recommend you to learn Thai, just so that you will understand the teaching of the Ajahns better. Because what you need to know is quite simple and basic, like mindfulness. Wisdom is knowing the noble truth, the Four Noble Truths, and the three characteristics of existence. Mindfulness just focus on an object such as a mantra or your body movement, and then you will get into samadhi eventually. Question from Chong, EO, Singapore. How many minds do we have? We have only one mind, but we have many different conditions of the mind. There are conditions in the mind that keeps changing, like happiness, sadness, depression, stress. These are all called mind, but they really means the conditions or the object inside the mind. Like today you might feel good in the morning, and then later on you'll feel bad later in the afternoon because something bad comes up. So it's one mind, but the conditions in the mind keep changing. So we sometimes use this condition as the mind. We call this condition as the mind. So we have many mind regarded in this regard, but as far as the mind itself, there's only one mind, and it's eternal. It never dies, but the conditions inside the mind keep changing. Are the big mind liberated and usual mind the same? Yes, it's the same mind. A liberated mind and the shackled mind. The liberated mind has freed itself from the defilement, while the shackled mind will still be under the control of the defilement. Or is the usual mind part of the big mind? It's the same mind. Do they operate simultaneously or one at a time? Like I said, the condition they keep changing from one to another, from good to bad, from being happy to being sad. And they do this automatically due to the condition that influence it. Is a liberated person having this big mind all the time without attaching to the usual mind? The liberated mind is all the time not attached to anything, not the usual mind. The mind itself doesn't attach to itself. The mind attached to other things like people and things. With the liberated mind, it has let go of all attachment to things and people. Does this liberated mind remain and exist in the universe forever? Yes, but it's not in the universe, it's in the spiritual universe, different from the physical universe. We have two universes, one the physical one where the body resides, and the other the spiritual universe where the mind resides. Does the Buddha mind still exist? Yes, in the spiritual world, in the spiritual universe. From Karina David, hello from Germany, thank you. From Darren Williams, Ajahn, what is your awareness in samadhi? Is there ever a samadhi where awareness resides as itself? Awareness is always awareness. See, the only difference is that when it is not in samadhi, it keeps thinking and keep producing all sorts of states of mind or feelings. But when it is in samadhi, it stops all this function. It just remains knowing or awareing. From Mandy Smith, hello from Niagara Falls. Hello to you. I hope you are well. Question from Tenzin Koo, Singapore. What should we do if the breath becomes too subtle for us to maintain the attention on? Just focus on the emptiness of breath. Just keep focusing just like before with breath. When there's no breath, continue on to focus on the emptiness of breath. Don't do anything, don't think, stop. If you should be thinking, talking to yourself, you should stop it. And just keep focusing on the emptiness of breath. Then eventually your mind will fall into samadhi, like falling from a tree, and become calm, peaceful, and happy. Question number 2. Sometime after sitting for long duration, I feel myself lifting out of the body and lose the feeling of it, and even the sense of direction, like rolling and floating in space. What should I do then? Just be aware. Just don't do anything. Just be aware until you come back to normal. Then you can then go on and do whatever you want to do. But when you find yourself in this kind of situation, just remain still and just keep watching or being aware of what's happening in your mind. It will eventually disappear because everything is anicca, dukkha, anatta. From Naomi Jonas, greeting from Canada, Ajahn. I was contemplating on the repulsive aspects of the body, and I started being very repulsed by my body and the thought of other bodies without enough equanimity. So I stopped contemplating and just focused on mindfulness. This is the right way. Yes, when your mind becomes off balance, if you cannot maintain calm and then contemplate on this repulsive aspect of the body, when you're being overwhelmed by repulsion, then you should stop. But to have some repulsive is good because this is the purpose for you, but you just have to use it at the right time. At the time when you are obsessed with your body, or at the time when you are obsessed with the body of other people, then that's the time for you to look at the repulsive aspect of the body, to get some repulsion in of the other person or your own body. But if you just do it on like doing your homework, then you should stop when you feel that the repulsive feeling is overwhelming. Then you should come back and use some other object of mindfulness, such as watching your breath. Question from Gabriel Maranchi, Italy. My mother and sister have a terrible relationship. They attack each other. My mother said that I have no compassion because I refuse to listen to her saying harsh things about my sister. Is it really lack of compassion when I refuse to listen to those aggressive and hateful words? Or is it the correct action to inform my mother that I do not want to listen to her when she says harsh words about my sister? But I am happy to listen to her about anything else. I think when she said you have no compassion, it means that you are not pleasing her, not doing what she wants you to do. So if you want to show this type of compassion, then just listen to her, let she talk all she wants, and let her let off her steam. And you don't have to do anything, just sit and listen. Just listen, don't say anything. If you don't want to listen, you can think about something else, like reciting a mantra mentally without she knowing it. Physically, it appears that you are listening to her talk. That's all you have to do. Sometimes you need someone to talk to, even though what she said you don't want to hear. If you want to please her, to make her happy, then just listen and don't refuse her complaint. Let her complain all she wants. Eventually she will stop after she had let off her steam. You need equanimity to do this because your mind keeps rejecting her complaints and you feel stressful listening to her. But if you think that this is the way of making her happy, you want to repay your debt to her, so just listen to what she has to say. But you don't have to agree with her or say anything to her. Just listen until she stops talking. From Hui Deshanuvatana. If I concentrate on emptiness, but thoughts are still coming from time to time, I acknowledge the thought and let go, but it still comes back. Should I continue reciting Bhutto or concentrate on emptiness? If concentrating on emptiness doesn't stop your thought, then you should recite the Bhutto instead. From Roy K. Bundy, I am from Kenya and I have been practicing Buddhism for 4 years now. I meditate and chant mantra, but whenever I am outdoor, I get disturbed by others' behaviors, even though I try not to care. I find myself so sensitive in taking their bad energies in and feeling overwhelmed. This ruins my day easily. What should I do to stop this? Just don't pay attention to them. Just come back and focus on your mantra. Keep reciting mantra as you go about doing your work and disregard everything else that you don't have to know or be concerned with. Let people do whatever they want to do, say whatever they want to say. Because they are anatta, you cannot force them to do what you want them to do. So just try to disregard them and focus on your work, on your body movement, or keep reciting the mantra. Then your mind will become calm and peaceful and not disturbed by what's going on around you. From Karina David, what can I do if I see a problem but yet strong enough to change? Should I practice more sati, mindfulness, or should I practice more samadhi? You need to practice more sati, because samadhi is when you have strong mindfulness. Without strong sati, you cannot have samadhi. So just keep practicing sati or mindfulness. And then when you have time, sit down and meditate to get your mind into samadhi, to charge your mind with equanimity, so that when you come out of samadhi, you have strong equanimity to deal with things around you. Question from Yannasangwararam, Lebanon. I recently visited my therapist and he said that I should have a fake self in order to live in society, that we can be completely honest and open about who we are because that will make us vulnerable to abuse and manipulation. What's the Buddhist point of view on this matter? It's still lying, see. So you don't lie, but you don't have to say anything if you don't want to say anything. If you don't want to reveal yourself, about things about yourself, you don't have to reveal. You just keep quiet. Reveal what you have to reveal, what you can reveal. What you find not possible to reveal or not good to reveal, then you don't reveal. You just keep quiet. No, it's not good to have a fake self, because we want to be honest, but we have to be smart. That's all. We have to know who we tell, what we tell, and so you find that by telling the truth about yourself to this person and can hurt you, then you just don't tell that person. That's all. But you don't have to invent a fake self, because it will make you dishonest. Question from Uma Qureshi, Pakistan. If I want to access the jhanas and despite meditating longer than before, I still feel that I am no more close to jhana than I was before. I still feel that I am no more close to jhana than I was before. Should I increase meditation time and number of sessions, or should I leave it all up to chance? No, you have to increase your practice, especially your mindfulness practice first. Jhana will come automatically with strong mindfulness. If your mindfulness is not strong, no matter how much you want the mind to enter into jhana, it will not be able to do so. So increase your practice of mindfulness all the time. Do it all the time in your waking hours. From the time you get up to the time you go to sleep, you should be training yourself in mindfulness. As you go on with your work, you can develop mindfulness. Concentrate on your work when you work. Concentrate on what you do when you do things. If you're not doing anything, then just concentrate on your body movement. During breath meditation, can the piti, rapture, and pleasure, sukha, before the jhana, and not exactly in it. Sometimes you have rapture, sometimes you have sukha, sometimes you don't. You go straight to jhana right away. So piti and sukha sometimes happen in your meditation and sometimes it doesn't. So no need to worry about them. Just keep focusing on your meditation object to eventually get into the fourth jhana, to equanimity, to peace of mind and happiness that arising from peace of mind. Okay, we are about half an hour into the meeting now. If my answer to you is not clear enough, you can repeat your question again. What we get from meditation practice is peace of mind and happiness that arising from having a peace of mind. That's really the main goal of our practice. And we can get this first by using mindfulness. This will give us temporary peace of mind. If we want permanent peace of mind, then after we get this temporary peace of mind, we can then use wisdom to keep this temporary peace of mind to become permanent. From Lisa Rabinovich, what do I do when people bring me wine as a gift? I don't drink wine and I don't want to break my sila. Just accept it, say thank you, to be nice to the person who wants to give you the gift. But then you can give it to somebody else who appreciate wine. You don't have to drink it. But you shouldn't refuse the good intention of people. If people want to give you gift, accept them whether you use it or not. Then you can decide later on who you want to give to. But don't do it in front of the person who gave you the gift. This can make them feel bad. Wait until later on when the person who gives you the gift is not around. Then you can give it to somebody else. Like you might have friends, your friend might have a birthday and he enjoy drinking wine. Then you can give him that bottle of wine as a gift, a birthday gift. From Karina David. When I do meditation, sometimes I have strong feelings. It feels like my body is getting gently and transparent. I don't get a focus on this feeling, but it's not easy. What can I do? Just keep focusing on your main meditation object. If you watch your breath, just keep watching your breath and ignore this feeling that comes up. It's not important. It can become a distraction if you pay attention to it. So just keep watching your main meditation object, the object that you started when you meditate. If you watch your breath, keep continuing on watching your breath. Don't do anything, don't go to any other thing. If you recite the mantra, just stick to the mantra and disregard everything. Then your mind will be able to enter into samadhi eventually. Question from Himanta, UK. I do breath meditation every day. I have been trying to keep the mindfulness during the daily activities by chanting Bhutto, but I keep forgetting. And when I remember again, hours have passed without mindfulness. Could you please give me some advice to improve the continuity of mindfulness? Maybe you should write mindfulness on your palm or on your hand. So when you look at your palm or look at your hand, then it will then remind you that you have to recite the mantra again. You need some reminder, something to remind that you're supposed to be reciting the mantra. But you have to accept that this is normal for beginners or people who are training in mindfulness. They will not stick to the mindfulness object for long because the mind likes to wander to other things. So you need to keep reminding yourself that you're supposed to be reciting the mantra and not thinking aimlessly. From Czech Lincoln, greetings from Vancouver. Dear Ajahn, we are keeping the 8 precepts today. My parents recently came across sutta that mentioned about arahants taking their lives during the Buddha's time due to physical illness. They asked me why. I don't know the answer, so I thought I should consult you, Ajahn. Thank you, Ajahn. I don't think they are arahants, because if they are arahants, they would never kill themselves. I think she probably misunderstands. It's probably an ordinary person, a monk, who hasn't yet attained to any level of enlightenment. If a person is enlightened at any level, from the level of the Sotapanna onward, he or she would not kill himself or herself. This I can guarantee, because there's no need to kill the body. They know that the body is not the problem. The problem is the defilement. So they kill the defilement, the desire to escape from this sickness. They kill this desire. And then when this desire disappears, the mind becomes calm and peaceful, and they can live with the sick body. Okay? So I think they must have misread or misunderstand what they read, to think that they're arahants. Arahants or all the noble disciples at every level do not kill themselves, period. They don't kill themselves. They know the body has nothing, it's not the problem. The problem is the cravings or the desire, the 3 desires, the craving for not being, especially when you're sick or when you're old, and you want to kill your body. This is due to your desire for not being old, not being sick, not dying. So the Arya or the noble disciples will kill these cravings, and when this craving is eliminated, then the mind becomes peaceful and happy. So there's no reason to kill anything. Object Link 10. Dear Ajahn, I often receive wine as gifts, and a few years ago I gave a couple of bottles to a friend who loves wine, and afterwards I felt guilty that maybe I should give alcohol to others. After hearing your answer to Lisa just now, I feel better, thank you, Ajahn. But if you really don't want to give alcohol to others, then you just pour the wine into the sink and throw it away. That is probably the best way if you can do it, because giving alcohol to other people can influence them in the wrong way, in the bad way, get them intoxicated, and get them addicted to alcohol. So yes, I think if you don't want to hurt other people, then you just throw the alcohol, the wine away, empty the bottle, and then throw the bottle away. This is probably the best thing to do if you should have any wine in your collection. Instead of giving to other people, just empty in the sink and throw the bottle away. From Checkling 10, thank you so much, Ajahn, for clearing my doubts regarding the Arahants taking their lives. Roy K. Mundy, thank you, Ajahn. May Buddha's blessing be with you. Alfredo Villela, hi, I am okay on the object with Ubeka. It's difficult but not impossible. Yes, you need a lot of Ubeka now because you are sick with COVID-19. I hope you recover soon. Just stay calm with Ubeka and then let the body heal itself. The body, when it's not disturbed by the stress of the mind, will be in a much stronger position to deal with the sickness. So get well soon, Alfredo. We're all worried about you. From Checkling 10, all right, Ajahn, I will throw all the wines away. Thank you, Ajahn, for the valuable advice. You're welcome. Question from Yui in Jayapura, Indonesia. I was hurt and almost died. I am unable to forget this hurt. Please tell me, how can I forget this hurt? Well, you have to be realistic. This is already gone. It's past. You cannot go back to erase it or to do anything about it. So you just to remind yourself that it no longer happened. It's gone from you forever. And in order not to think about it, when every time you think about this, just keep reciting the mantra Bhutto Bhutto. And then after a few minutes, your mind will stop thinking about this incident. Every time you think about this incident, just keep reciting Bhutto Bhutto Bhutto. Eventually, your mind will stop thinking about the past. From Lisa Rabinovich, Ajahn, you said, if I get wine as a gift, I can give the wine to someone. But if I give wine to someone, am I breaking my sila? No, you are not. But you are supporting or you are encouraging other people to break their silas. So maybe my reply to you the first time might not be the good answer. The good answer is not to give it to anyone. The best one is to drain the wine into the sink and then throw the bottle away. Okay, just empty the wine into the sink and then throw the bottle away, or sell it for recycle it or something. But the first time when I replied, I thought you can still give it to someone who likes them anyway, because if you don't give them, they will still drink it, they will buy it anyway. So in this regard, I feel that you are making that person happy to get a free bottle of wine rather than paying for it. But if you look in the terms of the sila, then yes, it's not good to give wine to people because it will encourage them to drink wine, to drink more wine. So the best way, if you have any wine or alcohol in your house and you don't want to keep it, just empty them into the sink and then throw the bottle away or give it to recycling. Okay, message from Czech to Alfredo. Take good care and hope you feel better soon, Alfredo. Same way with Kenneth Hunt. All the best, Alfredo. From Hui Deshanuvatana. If the mind reaches a stage of equanimity, could it either be dark or bright in your meditation, as long as there's the full awareness? It will not be dark. It will be normal. I don't know what it is. It is like now, like your mind now. The difference is that it is calm and it's not reactive to anything. That's all. No emotional reaction to anything that it comes into contact with. From Nu Samak, dear Tanajan, I meditate every day. Recently, someone else talked bad with me and make me mad and upset. How to make myself calm down and not get easily upset. When you become upset, just keep reciting a mantra or do some chanting to forget about what the person said or did to you. Just keep reciting mantra or chanting and not thinking about that person. This is the method of mindfulness. If you want to use the method of wisdom, then you have to look at the person as being anatta, being like something that you cannot control, like the weather. You can have good weather and bad weather. So you can run into good people and bad people. So you just have to train your mind to not to react to them, just to accept them for what they are. Then you will not be upset, and then your mind can become calm. So you can use either method if you know how. If you don't know how to use wisdom, then use mindfulness. Keep reciting a mantra and disregard or ignore the person that makes you feel bad. From Jane Lee, morning Ajahn, how are you? I am from Melbourne. Thank you. Ajahn, how we can change or improve our karma? Thank you. You have to have mindfulness because mindfulness will then can control your karma. If you are going to do any bad karma with mindfulness, you can stop it. And when you're not doing any good karma, your mindfulness can direct you to do good karma. So you need to have mindfulness and also wisdom. Wisdom will remind you that good karma brings you happiness and bad karma brings you suffering. So you need to equip your mind with mindfulness and wisdom all the time. Then you can improve your karma. You will only do good karma and you will stop doing bad karma. From Alfredo Vilela, thanks, it was difficult, but we have Dhamma, RSIS. Okay. From Lisa Rabinovich, thanks so much. I share my merits with you. Thank you. You're welcome. Okay, we have another 15 minutes to go before I will end this meeting. So if you still have any questions, do send them in. It's been quite a while since I did this Q&A at this particular time. This is in order to reach a different audience. When I do my normal time, it will be in the evening here, 8 p.m. And it will be maybe not convenient time for people in other time zone. So sometime when I get up early and I feel energetic, then I'll do this at this time. Okay, we have Axel Bonner. Hello from Germany, Tanajan. Can you short explain not I in your words? Thanks a lot. Not I means there's no I in you. The I is just your mind creating it. It's a concept. You are not I. You are the knower and the thinker. That's what it means. There's no I in yourself. But you keep thinking that there is an I, so you believe in it. When in fact, no, you who think that is an I is actually a knower and a thinker. We call it the mind or the consciousness. And it's also the same with everything else. There is no person or self in anything, in anybody. The body is just the four elements, composition of the four elements. From Jane Lee, Ajahn, how we can improve our wisdom in meditation. When you meditate, you don't want to use wisdom. You don't want to develop wisdom. You only develop wisdom when you come out of meditation. When you meditate, you want to stop thinking. You want to rest your mind in equanimity, in peace and happiness. But after you come out of meditation, then you can improve your wisdom by trying to see, when you see things or people, keep reminding yourself that they are impermanent, they are anatta, there are no self in them. They are just four elements. The body that you see are composition of the four elements, and that they are impermanent. One day they will dissolve. They will return. The four elements will separate from the body. If you cling to them, you will have dukkha. If you don't cling to them, then you will have no dukkha when they disappear. I have the dog barking. I'm not sure can you hear the sound of the dog or not. I hope you can still hear my voice. Cerulean Paul from Australia, Ajahn. A friend's father passed away recently, and when I saw his body, I felt a strong sense of sadness, because I thought his life has ended, and that there's nothing he can do now. I wish he had done much and that he would have a good rebirth. Is it correct to say that to remain equanimous does not mean we don't feel anything? And that's it, what we do when we have these feelings. Yeah, it's not good to have this feeling because it makes you sad, it makes you unhappy. So it's better just to be aware and not to feel bad. Or good either. You just feel normal. Being equanimous means to be normal, not to feel good or not to feel bad, just to be aware of what's going on, that's all. Because this is the best position for the mind. Because feeling bad or feeling good doesn't change things. The person who died will not resurrect itself if you feel bad or if you feel good toward them. But it will only cause you problem with your mind. From Roy K. Bundy, I do follow 8 precepts at least twice a week and full moon days in a month. Is it okay if one abandons the last 2 or I should just keep on following the 8 precepts as it is. You can keep the precepts as much as you want. The more you keep, the better, because the 8 precepts will curb your defilement, will slow your defilement, and it will make your mind feel happier if you can keep the precepts. So keep as much as possible. If you can keep the 8 precepts every day, that's the best. But if you cannot, then just keep as much as you can. Because when you keep the precept, your mind will not be able to do what your defilement wants you to do. And you will not have any desire to do what your defilement wants to do, like going to a movie, going out, meeting people, having sex, and so forth. So when you don't have this desire, then you won't have any stress arising from this desire. Okay. Well, we have about another 8 minutes left to this meeting. If you have any question, you can continue on sending them in. I'll be here for another 8 minutes or so, waiting for your questions. From Ong Apprentice. Before Luang Pu Man went to seclusion to Chiang Mai, he was already a great teacher who had strong samadhi. Why was Luang Pu not enlightened despite having samadhi and wisdom? My concern is more of what is the roadmap for me to take note of to become enlightened. If I have the 4th jhana in the future and I don't have access to Luang Por because I met a monk who could read mind, which Luang Por said he has already had the 4th jhana. But recently I discovered that he is now disrobed. Concerning Luang Pu Man, before he went into full seclusion, he was so involved with helping other people. So he didn't have much time to meditate fully. I'm not sure what level of attainment he had. Look at the Venerable Ananda, for example. Venerable Ananda was a Sotapanna, but he served the Buddha for 25 years. So he didn't have time to go into seclusion to develop further. So he remains a Sotapanna for about 25 years. But after the Buddha died, then he was free to go into seclusion. And it only took him 3 months to become fully enlightened. So disregard the question about Luang Pu Man. About your concern, you just keep on practicing, and you find that the teacher that you rely on no longer your teacher, then you should seek the real teacher. And the real teacher you can seek from the Tripitaka, the teaching of the Buddha, is sufficient enough to guide you to your enlightenment. If you cannot find a live enlightened teacher, then stick to the Buddha's teaching in the Tripitaka. Because with people, you don't know whether they are real or not real, and they are not permanent either. So they can pass away anytime, any day. So don't rely on other people too much. You should rely on your practice. Once you have the 4th jhana, you can pretty much go on your own if you know how to contemplate on the 3 characteristics of existence. First about your body, then your feeling, then your mind. From Chiao Shan, Ajahn, I am from Kuala Lumpur. I found that when I meditate more nowadays, I donate more. Is it related to meditation? Yes, because when you meditate, your mind becomes more content. You feel that you need less because you have less desire. So you find that you have more money than you can use. So you want to donate more, to give it away to someone else who can use it. Apprentice, I understand. Thank you very much. So if you want to become enlightened, you have to give up your involvement with people. Whatever charity work that you do might benefit people, but it's only on the physical level. So it's better to stop doing this charity work and go into seclusion to become fully enlightened. Because once you are fully enlightened, you can help people more substantially because you're helping their mind, which is eternal. Help free the mind from suffering, better than help free the body from suffering. So sometimes you have to stop doing things for other people and concentrate doing things for yourself, like going into seclusion and practice Sila, Samadhi, Panya to the full. Then you can become fully enlightened. Then after that, you can help people anytime, anywhere, and until the time you pass away, like the Buddha did for 45 years after his enlightenment. From Axel Bonner, another question, please. What about the past? Is the past over, or is the past still real? No, the past is forever gone. It's only in your mind that you keep thinking about it. So when you stop thinking about it, then the past will disappear. Because if you think about the past is still in our mind, still in the now, but only in your imagination, not in reality. Like the pizza you eat yesterday, you cannot eat the pizza that you eat yesterday. It's only in your mind, and you can eat it in your mind, but you cannot eat it with your body. From Roy K. Bundy, thank you very much, Ajahn. Okay, I have about 2 more minutes left. So if you're not typing any question, I have to ask you to stop, not to do it today, not to do it now. But if you are still typing your question, please continue on and send it in, and I will answer your question. But no new question, please. From Chiao Chan, Ajahn, nowadays I meditate most of the time. I do not use mantra and straight to observing my breath, but still cannot go into samadhi. Is it lack of mindfulness? Yes, your mindfulness is not continuous. Your mind still went away thinking about some other thing. You have to keep focusing on your meditation object all the time, continuously. Then you will be able to go into samadhi. From Greek Bratwurst, dear Prajan, I have just finished my last meditation practice before I go to bed. It was just amazing in the samadhi. It helps to relieve the physical pain and refresh my mind. After a long working day, I was so exhausted. But I feel like reborn. Thousand thank you for your endless kindness, Vilasini. Okay, happy to hear from you, Vilasini. I hope you keep continuing on meditating, because this is the best thing for you, for everybody really. Nothing in this world can compare to the result of your meditation. So stick to your practice. From Checkling Tan, thank you so much, dear Tanajan, for another absolutely incredible teaching session. You're welcome. Happy to hear from you. I hope you keep your precept, because this is going into Saturday for you soon. So you normally keep your 8 precept on the weekend, right? Okay. Apprentice, thank you for teaching us. Dhammacakka community, Buddhist community, Anumodana Ajahn. Xiao Shang, thank you Ajahn for answering my question. Axel Bonner, thank you for your teaching. You're welcome. You are all welcome. I'm very happy to serve you, to help you in any way I can regarding the Dhamma practice. So anytime you still have any question, just wait for my next Q&A session or my Zoom meeting on Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Thailand time. In the meantime, Stay safe and healthy and mindful and keep on practicing. Have a good day or have a good night, whatever the situation, and I'll see you again. Goodbye for now.